Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and all our wonderful guests. I'm not going to make any apologies. I'm going to brag today. We have so much to celebrate, and I'm going to try to squeeze 20 years into 7 minutes. We'll see how well I do. I'm going to brag about our history and our founder, Jean Tracy, events that have inspired me over the years, and brag about our members who are carrying us into the future. My history with Toastmasters began in 2010 when I walked into a conference room in the Seattle Times building in Bothell, and I joined the club called North Shore Chamber Connections. Now that doesn't sound like Toastmasters, does it? But that's what it was. And shortly thereafter, I joined. And within 2 months, my mentor, Jean Tracy, invited me to become a secretary treasurer for the club. Now I was new. I thought, okay, I'd be willing to consider it. I suppose there'll be an election and there'll be more candidates. So I told Jean yes. And immediately she turned to the rest of the room and she said, Barb is our new secretary treasurer. And I stood there with my jaw dropped. That's how I began with the club. As Jean told you, she founded the club. Actually, it chartered in 2003. She spent many months gathering members to get the full complement of 20 members for Toastmasters to recognize us as an official club. And that meant that they chartered our club. One of the events that inspired me over the years was in 2011, when our new president, Emery, said in an officers' meeting, we should become a distinguished club. And Jean said, let's go for it. And I said, what? I had no idea what they were talking about. For those of you who don't know, a distinguished club is a club that has 20 members, a minimum of 20 members, and a club which has fulfilled 5 of the 10 goals set out for us by Toastmasters. Now, those goals are about improving in the education program that they've provided for us, completing certain tasks on time, and adding new members to the group. At that time, when Emery made that announcement, we had 15 members. So to become distinguished, we'd have to increase our membership by 25%. That sounded like a big hump to me. We had 5 membership, or had met 5 of the goals. So we would be able to be distinguished if we had the 20 members. And so we worked very hard the next couple of years. One of the first things we did was change our name. We went from North Shore Chamber Connections to Public Speaking Northwest. I love that name. I think we made a good decision there. We developed our website. We had open houses. We put up flyers. We had membership contests. We did everything we could to attract new members. And by the end of that year, we had 17 members. So we'd made progress. By the end of the following year, which would have been 2012, we had 20 members and we had accomplished all 10 of the goals. So that means that not only were we distinguished, we were President's Distinguished, which is the highest distinguished degree. And we were so proud of that. Now, it's been 11 years since then. How many of those years do you think we've been President's Distinguished? I think some of you know. Any guesses? Raise some hands. Talk up, unmute yourself. Okay, 10 of the following 11 years, we were President's Distinguished, which meant we had more than 20 members and we had accomplished 9 or 10 of the goals. The only year we missed was 2020, and that was the first year of COVID. I think that's kind of understandable. We had 17 members that year, but we accomplished all 10 of the goals. So we were still flourishing. The other thing that I'm very proud of is how we responded to COVID. Now, the world in general was in turmoil in the early months of 2020. And we were meeting every week in a conference room in a very nice building. We met in that building one week, and the very next week, we met on Zoom. We did not miss a single meeting that year. Not many clubs can say that. Now, like all transitions, it wasn't easy. There were a lot of wrinkles we had to iron out, but our member Nancy and some of our other members, Warren and Jim and many others, helped us flounder through learning Zoom. And I think we've got pretty good at it by this time. What I enjoy most about this club is our members. We have such wonderful members. We have so much diversity in our club. Over the years, we have had people join us from Nepal, Africa, India, Vietnam, Japan, China, Korea. We have our international member from Canada. He lives near Vancouver, BC. And Nancy, who sometimes feels like an international member when she moved to Texas. We have a range of new members and we have veteran members. We have young people and we have people with gray hair. I'm not going to say old, and everywhere in between. We have people who are in the early stages of their careers and retired members who share what they have learned and the time that they have available to contribute to the club. All of us are continuing to develop communication and leadership skills and supporting each other in meeting our dreams, reaching our dreams. Remarkably, Jean has been with us for all those 20 years. And unremarkably, many other members have developed leadership skills they never thought possible. Lynn Downhauer, I'm thinking about you. To sum it all up, Jean's leadership, kindness, and encouragement for 20 years has meant that our club has attracted many talented people, worked through some challenges in a very inspiring way, and helped us individually to reach for big dreams and supported us in the process. In conclusion, our future is bright, as Mara said. Here's to Jean Tracy and Public Speaking Northwest at our 20th anniversary. We have so much to celebrate.